If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Devonte Smith back on the show. A lot of people have been wanting to hear from this man, and I'm happy to have him here on this New Year's Eve as we record. Devonte, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you feeling today, bro?
I'm doing okay. It's cold and snowy and icy here in beautiful Massachusetts, but here we are, you know?
Yes, sir.
So this has been a crazy year for you, man. I mean, it all started off with a bang at UFC 234. You had a quick finish over Dong Hyun Ma. Then it really got crazy heading into UFC 241 with the 3 different opponents scheduled for you. Khama Worthy, someone you've had a relationship with for a long time, became the official opponent in around a week's notice. That fight didn't go your way. Then you suffered a knee injury that required surgery. Just so much has happened. There's probably things I've missed too, but how would you even describe what this year has been like for you?
A quick lesson, the ups and the downs, like as you just said, just real quick, how fast can go left. But I mean, keeping a positive mentality. I mean, that's the only thing I got to do to keep going. But it wasn't a knee injury; it was my Achilles tendon. That's what tore, and so right now it's going to take. They saying it's going to take about 5 to 6 months before I'm back in.
With the fight you had in August, I know it started with McDessie, and I interviewed you like a day after Clay Collard was announced, and then that ship sailed real quick with USADA. Yeah. And then you get your friend and former training partner in Khama Worthy. Now, from the conversation we've had, you're not a guy who really cares about who you're going to fight. You always said, like, same mission, just a new face. But when you find out that it's Khama Worthy, how do you react to that?
It threw me off, really. It threw me off a lot. I'm not taking anything from him. He won. But it's more so just like, dang. That was like one thing I said when I was an amateur that I never do is fight a friend, because when I fight I go to hurt, and to fight a friend, a former teammate, we still cool. It's hard, I thought I could handle it truthfully, but it was a lot harder than I thought, But looking at the positive parts of it, I know there's no love in this sport. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, they signed that contract, they got to get it. And, I feel like in some ways I just had to go through that to, know the ups and the downs. And just in case I go against another familiar face that I'm cool with or, associate with, they still got to go.
Yeah, it was funny because I talked to Khama before the fight, and I was like, do you think it's going to be weird when you fight him? He goes, nah, we talked. It's all business. It's money. We're fighters. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then when I talked to him after the fight, I was like, was it as easy as you thought it was? And he goes, as soon as I saw him across the cage, it was weird. It was really weird. Did you feel that as well when the fight began?
Yeah. I make jokes about it all the time. When we were going and we touched gloves in the middle of the fight, I paused in my head, why did I do that? It was just so natural to do that. And then I hear his corner, Mark Jericho, screaming, "He's not your friend. He's not your friend." And I was like, dang, we not friends. Oh, it's weird, man. It was a very weird situation, It hurt, but you live, you learn. And, shout out to Khama Worthy, because maybe a week or so after, he sent me the most humblest message, to the point that I wanted to be mean to him, but I couldn't, because he was such a cool dude about the whole situation, and, gave me some motivating words. So, I'm happy for him, and, can't wait till he fights again.
He's begging him. He's all over Facebook. He's like, let's go. I want January, February, March, April, May. That was one of the things he told me about after the fight was I'd asked him, I think it was 3 or 4 days after, I'm like, have you talked to Devonte? And he said, no, but I understand. I've been in the game a long time. People handle things in different ways. He goes, hopefully we will get to talk. When did you actually get a chance to speak with him?
Like I said, a week or two after the fight. It took a while, because a lot of people I follow, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's the only thing I was reminded. It was so hard for me to let it go. But I'm there now, I let it go to a certain extent, but I did tell him, told us some positive things, and told us if we ever go again, I'm gonna beat your ass. He was like, he can't wait. So, it's all love. It's business, and now I truly understand what that means.
What do you think went wrong in the fight from your perspective?
Oh, I mean, I can blame it on a billion things. Yeah, I can blame it on a billion things. He won, you know. He just won. My mind wasn't where it needed to be, and his was, and I just learned the lesson. You got to keep going forward.
Hindsight, especially in MMA, is so fickle. Like it's crazy. But is there a part of you that, with all the chaos and all the opponent switches, once you got Khama, is there a part of you that, and I know you would have been taking sort of an opportunity away from your friend, but is there a part of you that wishes that things went differently? Like you could have done things differently. Maybe you said no. Maybe you say, put me on another card, something like that. Or do you think this is just sort of a small chapter in the story of King Kage? This is something you needed to go through to get where you want to be.
I feel like all of that, because with the people that I like, my small group in Cleveland, we talked, and my one friend, he was like, it'd be funny, man, if you went against Khama Worthy. And I'm like, dang, that makes so much sense. But I was like, man, I wouldn't go against him. He was like, hey, and the crazy thing is we talked about it before it happened. And then so when I got that call, it like I said, man, it was weird. It was weird. And in ways I feel like I was like, no, but then like you said, I would be taking away an opportunity from my friend, and it's just another chapter. It's just another. I lost to John Gunther, and I'm in the UFC, and I headlined the prelims twice. I lost to Khama Worthy now, and so it's just like I'm excited through these 5 to 6 months because that's 5 to 6 months of mentally training myself. That's 5 to 6 months of doing different things that I couldn't do. Like I'm focusing on so many other things other than the fighting because I'm literally forced to. Like I'm like a nerd now. I do nothing but just type stuff, research, study, and I watch a lot of fights. Just watching a lot of fights and just going over what I can do better in UFC 3. That's another one. That's a big help. So, for real, man. I be having me and my dude Marcus, we be having hardcore battles of going back and forth, starting from strawweight to the female division all the way to heavyweight. So we be playing hours and just going back and forth. So it keeps me sane.
Did you not watch a lot of fights before this all happened? I know some fighters need to sort of separate themselves from the sport. You train, you fight. When you're not training or fighting, you want to do something else. Were you a guy that still watched as much as you could, or is this something that's happened since the injury?
No, I used to watch a lot of fights, but I would say recently I stopped because I was focusing on other stuff. And now that this happened, I have so much time to do both now, where I can focus on watching fight videos and also the side stuff I want to do. We'll just say the side hustle. And so it's working out. When you look at it, from the bright side, it's working out in my favor. So
what other things are you doing, if you don't mind me asking?
Watching anime, a lot of Netflix and Hulu, playing UFC 3, playing Minecraft with my niece and my little brother, playing a lot of Fortnite with my niece and my little brother, and just healing my leg, and just connecting with family and just really enjoying the time that I'm blessed to have, because I know once I'm back up, I'm back to just being gone and rarely seeing them. So, I'm taking advantage of it.
Is there anything on Netflix or Hulu that has surprised you pleasantly that you recommend to people to start binge watching whenever they get the chance?
Shoot, man, I have a lot, but I got to figure out Gumball. I love that cartoon. It actually makes me laugh. Let's see. The other stuff I watch, kids be watching, so I don't want to be saying it and everybody be like, oh, you got my kid watching this. My bad, man. He just asked me a question. So yeah, that's about it that I can think of that's appropriate.
Fair enough. I know that this is a setback, and I also know there's much worse things that could be happening, but still, like, things like this, as an athlete, they have a way of creating extra reflection. I know you're using your time very wisely. You look at things through a different lens, so to speak, when it comes to your career and even like small aspects in your life, like you're taking advantage of family time, things like that. Has that happened with you here? Like, do you look at things in your life and your career a little bit differently after this crazy year that you've had?
Yes. I mean, I have no other choice but to, I even had my nose broken. So it was like, I'm like experiencing all these new, like, lovely things in life, to see how fast I'm not saying I was at the top, but I was climbing, and how easy you could slip up, and, I'm just happy I got it out, in the early side of my career rather than late, so I'm blessed. That's the most I can, think about when it comes to that.
Do you think you'll appreciate things and opportunities a little bit more than you did before? Because I remember after your fight earlier in the year, you were the headliner on ESPN. You were like, it's just another day. It wasn't a big deal. Right. Do you feel like you'll look at that a little different if you get that opportunity again? Maybe you'll, appreciate it a little bit more? Or do you think you still kind of go through things just with the same mentality? It's just another fight. Doesn't matter if it's on ESPN or pay-per-view or wherever it is.
Same mentality in ways, tweaked a little bit, but it is just another day. I train for this every single day, up to 3 to 4 times a day, so, they're saying that it's on ESPN, you're headlining this. Like, I'm thankful. I'm very grateful, but it's like, I came here to win. I'm not, it's only, I'm supposed to be on ESPN. If I'm winning, these are the things that comes with winning. I'm here to win. And, not get too big headed on, I'm on ESPN. Like, it's still a fight. I was on ESPN and I lost. I want to be on ESPN and win it. So, I look at it like that.
So what sort of goals are you setting for yourself in 2020? 5-6 months of healing time, getting stuff back, rehab, all that stuff. What sort of goals have you set for yourself for 2020? Obviously, you have to get through this first to get back in there.
Taking things slowly. I got 5-6 months. That's the first thing to do. Take things slowly, heal and recover correctly, and get back into the groove and focus and win and continuously win and keep winning, and then go from there.
Are you going to be working on the strength of your birthday slap hand for Ian Heinish's upcoming birthday?
Yeah, I forgot when is his birthday again.
Like June or July, I think.
Okay, yeah. I'll be ready by then. I'll be ready. I might actually try to hide out, because funny thing you even brought that up. I was thinking about that last week. I was just going through my old photos, and I'm like, I'll be better by July 30th. They gonna get me. So hopefully my birthday comes on a Sunday, so I ain't got to go to practice.
There you go. I was talking to Ian before the fight. He was dying laughing. He was like, I have to watch that video like 4 or 5 times before this fight to like get me in the mood and take my mind off of things a little bit. Last thing for me, and I appreciate you doing this, especially on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
What's sort of the message for everybody right now? Your fans, fellow lightweights, just awaiting your return. What's he going to look like? What's sort of the message for everyone? People have supported you, people who could be potential opponents. What do you want to say to these people as you get ready to recover and head back to the octagon sometime next year?
Lesson learned. Keep nice and simple. Lesson learned, and I'm just excited to get back, and I'm really excited to get back. I got so much energy. I got so much energy, so I'm ready.
Before we let you go, let the folks know where they can find and follow you on the web, social media. I saw. I wish I had my phone on me. There was a picture of you on Instagram. You had a shirt on, a really cool T-shirt with a cool 3-word slogan. It was almost looked like the Run DMC logo. I can't remember what it was, and you had a promo code on there. Balls was in the title somewhere.
Live balls out.
Yes. What does that mean?
Just I don't know, man. Go hard. All 2020, live balls out, going hard at everything I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so that's funny you even brought that up. Yeah.
Live balls out, everybody. Where can everyone find your amazing Instagram page, Twitter, and all that good stuff? Before I let you go.
Instagram and Twitter the same thing. KOE_King Kage UFC. I believe that's what it is. Yeah. I hope that's what it is.
Well, I appreciate the time, Devonte. You're the man. All the best in your recovery. Have a great new year. We'll see you back in there sometime in 2020.
Thank you, bro, and I appreciate the opportunity for you having me on.